Okay. Hello there and welcome back to Lumba Television. My name is Angel Liddy. And like I'll just tell you that Lumba Television is interested in bringing you details of news, information as it drops wherever we go. Whatever the news is, we bring it right to you. The good news is you can sit in the comfort of your home and you have Lumba Television right in front of you. How so? Go to Instagram, follow our page, like us on Facebook, and go to YouTube as well. Click the subscribe button and turn on your notification so that every of our posts will be right in your fingertips. That being said, today as usual, I'll bring you the newspapers, what's making news on the newspapers today, what's trending, what are people talking about. I'm sure you're thinking, hey, Angelito, what's up? Well, let's find out together what's making news, what's trending on the newspaper headlines today. And here we have Obaseki's inauguration will comply with COVID-19 protocols. That's coming from PDP. We also have U.S. electoral process worth emulating. That's coming from Kalu. And still News Extra reporters shot dead in front of his house. Brazil halts trial of Chinese COVID-19 vaccine. Former Malian President Amado Tomadi Torre dies at 72, and mother of 15 advises women on family planning. 15. That's more than half a football team. Alright, let's go. CBN opposes bid to remove Arabic from Naira note. And Ken Sarawiwa, their only crimes was peacefully pursuing human rights for Ogoni people. And breaking, Sanwo-Olu presents 2021 appropriation bill to Lagos House of Assembly. And we also have ECOWAS Parliament meet amidst worsening food crisis in region. Hashtag NSAS. Soldiers said shooting was ordered from above. DJ Switch tells Canadian Parliament. We have the video of that narrative, and that will be given to you as we progress. So you stay right here. Don't even think about switching. All right, so we still have FG designates Ebonyi as export processing zone. Journalists gunned down while covering a news story. And police brutality. Government should come to my aid so that I can work again. Stray bullet victim pleads. Guterres stresses need for greater speed to achieve carbon neutrality. UN's offer to complement ESP aligns with FG's recovery plan, says Osibanjo. And we have election, US election. Attorney General orders investigation into alleged fraud. PFSIN condemns attack on NPA headquarters. Tackling insecurity. Air Force to take delivery of new multi-role fighter aircraft, 8 unmanned fighter drones. And still we have a hashtag NSAR security situation normalizes in Ebonyi. Now let's go further to the details of the stories we've just given you. Here we have the story on Nigerian court wants Arabic words removed from currency. Let's find out the details together. A court in Nigeria's commercial city of Lagos is due to hear a case filed by a lawyer against the Central Bank of Nigeria to demand the removal of Arabic inscriptions in the local currency. Malcolm Omihobo also wants the Nigerian army to remove the inscription from its military logo, saying it portrays Nigeria as an Islamic state, contrary to the country's constitutional status of a secular state. The lawyer wants the Arabic inscriptions replaced with either English or any of Nigeria's three main local languages, Hausa, Yoruba, or Igbo. However, the central bank denied the inscriptions were a symbol of mark of Islam. Many in the country, especially in the north, speak Arabic. English, though, is the nation's main language. These are stories on the Nigerian lawyers wanting Arabic words removed from the currency. Let's go further some more. Here we have the story that says Ogun government wants schools against sales of school uniforms. Let's see what the story is. Osun State government has warned primary and secondary schools not to sell or distribute uniforms to students in their domain, as the reversal to old uniforms is set to take effect from the 2020/2021 academic session. The state government had earlier announced as part of the review of some extent education policies in the state that every school should revert to its old established and recognized public uniform with effect from the new academic session, as against the current single uniform regimen in the state. Speaking after the Edo State Executive Council meeting held on Monday night, November 2020, the Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Mrs. Funke Egbemode, stated that uniforms are to be purchased in the open market from textile dealers in the state and should also be produced by tailors in the state. Egbemode said the council decided that no school authority or principal is allowed to assume the duty of selling or distributing uniforms to students. It is not the monopoly or exclusive preserve of any school or individual to do so. The council has established this commerce-driven guideline to provide an avenue for businesses within the state to receive a boost during this period. The Ministry of Education had earlier done a systematic stakeholders engagement with parents forum, all students association and school authorities, and these guidelines have been properly communicated. The government expects schools to revert to their traditional uniforms as the resumption of the 2020-2021 academic session on Monday, 16th November 2020, to accommodate any form of logistics setback. The government also approved a 2-week window for the full implementation of the reversal, which means that by Tuesday, December 1st, 2020, the reversal should have been fully implemented. The government enjoined all parents to embrace the state's commerce-driven guideline by patronizing traders and businesses within the state for the educational consumables of their children and wards. The government also commended the gesture of all students' associations that have taken it upon themselves to support the alma mater with uniforms and also work with the government for the smooth return of the pride and honor of their schools, Egbemode stated. And finally, fuel scarcity looms as Penguin declares nationwide strike. Let's read it. Petroleum and Natural Gas Penguin has declared a nationwide strike, heightening fears of fuel scarcity in the country. Penguin President Festus Osifo confirmed the union's position during his appearance on Channels Television breakfast program Sunrise Daily yesterday. Today, Penguin has declared a strike. Our members are sitting at home and we will continually watch the situation, and if we need to rev it up, we will definitely rev it up, he said. Osifo explained that the industrial action followed the inability of the federal government to address the issues raised by the oil and gas workers. He stated that the union had given the government a 7-day ultimatum in a statement issued penultimate Monday to respond to the issues. Another issue that is of concern to the union, according to the Penguin president, is that relating to the action of a private oil company which he accused of destroying Penguin's structure in its workforce. He said the management of the company sacked literally all union executive members and went ahead to lock members out for a very long time. The issues raised by the oil and gas workers were a fallout of the implementation of the Integrated Payroll and Personal Information System, IPs, by the government regarding the payment of salaries. While the union said it didn't have preference for any tool used by the government to pay salaries, workers' remuneration must be paid without any shortfall. Osifo decried the arrears and allowances of some union members at Petroleum Training Institute, PTI, Petroleum Products Pricing and Regulatory Agency, PPPRA, Nigerian Nuclear Regulatory Authority, NNRA, and the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, were seized sometimes in the year. And this is the stories making news. And then I think we should look at this one right here. Okay, the big gist. Just before we head to that big gist, let's take this story from the Punch newspaper. Taribo West under fire for prophesying Trump's victory. And you also might want to get the details. Let's quickly look at the details before we head straight to the story of DJ Switch and her narratives concerning the 2020 October 20th shootings at Lekki Toll Gate. Stay right here. Taribo West under fire for prophesying Trump's victory. A prophecy by former Super Eagles defender Taribo West that the United States President Donald Trump will defeat Joe Biden by a slim margin has sparked a debate on social media, with many mocking the ex-defender. The video of the prophecy was posted on social media before the American election, but only went viral after the poll had ended. West, who is also a pastor, said he rightly predicted the victory of Edo State government, Godwin Obaseki, and his Ondo State counterpart, Rotimi Akeredolu, but his prophecy did not go viral on social media. He subsequently prophesied that Donald Trump will defeat Biden by a slight margin and asked his supporters to ensure that his prophecy goes viral. The ex-football star said, "Before the election in Edo, I said Obaseki will win. Is that true? Did he win? Nobody said anything. Nobody quoted me anywhere. I also said in the Ondo election that Akeredolu would win. Is that true? Did he win? He won. Now, I want you to put this out the way I want it. Donald Trump will win the election by a slight edge over Joe Biden. So quote me, and I want it to be out before time." However, Biden went on to win the election, which is now being challenged in court by Donald Trump. West's prophecy, however, became a huge subject of debate on social media on Tuesday, with many describing him by certain names. So let's quickly look at the prophecy of Taribo West concerning the U.S. elections. Here we go. All right, so here you see the prophecy.
God vomit out from this ministry, but because of our social media and how God has been working, nothing is coming out. Before the election, that's true. Yes. Did you win? Yes, nobody say it anywhere. Nobody bring me out anywhere. Nobody quote it anywhere. I say it here before the election. I also say in Ondo election, Akerodu will win. Is that true? Yes, sir. Did he win? He won. Now I want you to shoot this out the way I want it. Donald Trump will win the election with a slight split edge over Joe Biden. So quote me, and I want it to be out before time.
All right, and that's the report that's Pastor Taribo West telling the people that Donald Trump will win the election. All right, let's move forward to the big gist of the day. And the story we want to give to you right now is on DJ Switch and her narrative to the Canadian Parliament about the Lekki 20th October 2020 shootings. And let's quickly share the video of that event. Here we go. We have the video.
One goal: against injustice, against police brutality, against bad governance. What started out as a protest against police brutality, especially the unit called SARS, unfortunately just degenerated into something I still find it hard to reconcile with in my heart. I remember being there at the protest. I was on stage with some beautiful organizers of that particular day's event. And we were informed that there was a curfew for 3 p.m. I do remember that there was outrage on Twitter because it was short notice. The curfew, I think we got the information at about noon that day. And so we said, look, people came from all over Lagos. It was thousands of people there. The best thing we can do if people can't make it home, we'll sit still, don't do anything, don't move. We'll sit still and we'll sleep over till night. It was at the toll gate. And then, sorry about that. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. Okay. We also got information later that if the governor wanted to speak to us, he should kindly come to the toll gate and address 9 people there. This information and people cheered. While this was going on, another member that was standing behind me came up to me and said, someone is taking out the cameras from the toll gate. And I said, do you recognize who? Because we had I think the real heart of Nigerians there. We did not destroy anything except for graffiti. We did not take anything. We did not take anything from the toll gate. We cleaned up after ourselves. So we wanted to be sure it wasn't happening. Well, it wasn't a protester that was doing that. And then we found out that it was one of the staff, or, he had the LCC uniform. Those are the people that manage the toll gate. So he took a picture just to keep and, to sort of use as, realized that the big billboard that is over the toll gate had been turned off. And so just before 7, it was like to 7, maybe quarter to 7, not too sure on the exact time, but to 7, we heard gunshots coming from behind. At first it was chaotic because we didn't know where the gunshots were coming from. We didn't know what the gunshots were about. And then the lights went off. I think the rest of that is just the most trident. It was in that moment that I said, let me go live on Instagram so people see what happened to us. People see where we were killed. I just believed that was what was going to happen. And I remember the military came in first. They stopped shooting at some point, and I walked up to one of them and I asked him why he was shooting at us. And he said he had express orders from above, and that I was coming too close to him. And if I came too close, it would be considered an attack on him and he would have to shoot. So I moved back and asked everyone to move back. It didn't take maybe another 10 minutes, the shooting started again. I remember seeing 7 people that had been shot down, and we were telling people on my live.
And that was the video of DJ Switch narrating her ordeal, narrating the story of the Lagos shooting and how it went. Okay, do not forget, you're still listening, you're still watching Elumbat Television, and right here we bring you gist, information, news as it drops. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Elumbat TV. You can also like our Facebook page, and of course you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get all of the information that we have. Just do well to hit the notification button, and once we come on, you get notified that we're on. Okay, so we've been telling you stories and what's making news, what's happening around here, and we did focus on the DJ Sweet confession about the Lekki shooting, and you just watched the video of DJ Sweet and her narration of what happened that night at Lekki Toll Gate. Okay, here news has it on the Vanguard site that popular Nigerian DJ Obianuju Catherine Ude, professionally known as DJ Switch, in an interview with the Subcommittee on International Human Rights of the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs and International Development of the Canadian Parliament, revealed that soldiers who shot at peaceful #EndSARS protesters at Lekki Tollgate in Lagos on October 20th, 2020, said they were sent to the protest ground on orders from above. Debunking claims by the Nigerian army that soldiers fired blank bullets into the air, DJ Switch said that soldiers shot at them. She told the Canadian Parliament that she counted not less than 7 persons shot, adding that one of the soldiers threatened to shoot her. She said on October 20th, 2020, we had spirited Nigerians there united with one goal against police brutality, against bad governance. We started out as a protest against police brutality, with the unit called SARS unfortunately degenerated into something I still find hard to reconcile with my heart. We got information that the government wants to see me and 6 other people, and I remember saying to them that we have no leader, and if the government wanted to speak with us, you should kindly come to the toll gate and address Nigerians because we have been out for 11 days. She added that the first gunshot was heard from behind, adding that it was chaotic as people were running in different directions so as not to be hit by a bullet until it was announced that protesters should lie on the floor. She continued saying, as we didn't know where the gunshots were coming from and what they are about, and then the lights went off. I remembered the military came in first. They stopped shooting at some point, and I walked up to one of them and asked why he was shooting at us. And he said he had express order from above and I was coming too close to him, and if I come too close, it will be considered an attack on him, and he would have to shoot. All right, these are the stories from DJ Switch. Okay, now let's look at the response of some people on Twitter. And right here we have from our favorite online doctor. Let me share that so you can see for yourself. We have a story from our favorite online doctor, and what he's saying about DJ Switch and moving to Canada for asylum. Here, we have Canada is saving DJ Switch, a Nigerian from Nigeria. That's the country we now call our own. A country you will one day need another country to save you from if you ever stand for truth. These stories, this is coming from our fave online doctor. That's the hashtag following that post right there. Okay, so you can head on straight to Twitter and get that. So yet another one from him. DJ Switch is a fantastic DJ, but her life changed on 28 October 2020. If the asylum news is true, she may never DJ in Nigeria for many years again, just because we are a country that will rather hunt and kill her than prosecute the murderers she exposed. Think of that as you go to bed. Yes, this tweet dropped some hours ago, and obviously it was at night, so he did drop that message before he went to bed. And this was making round, this was on news, this was happening, this was people are talking about. DJ Switch and her going to Canada for asylum, seeking asylum in Canada, and her narrative parliament about the 20th October 2020 Lekki target shootings. Will this bring about a change? Will this change the narratives of the army that's saying they used not live bullets, okay, and that people actually were not targeted? Will this change the story? What will happen? We don't know, but as the news drops, we will bring it straight to you, because that we promised to do, right? We'll bring it straight to you. So all you need to do is to like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram, on Twitter as well, Alumba TV. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notifications so that every of our posts, every of our videos, every of our news will get to you first, because you're very important and we really want to give you the details, the gist, as we drop. Be the first to know about it. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on the notification. Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram. Head straight to Twitter and follow us as well. And all that being done, you'd get notified when we drop a post and whenever we're coming live. Do not forget, I'm Angel Lady. Until I come your way again, I'm saying you stay safe, be security conscious, and bye for now.
One second. Yeah, have you finished?
Yes.
So I should stop screaming.
Yes.